at noon. So we're going to do an unboxing video. I don't know what this is, but we're going to find out. I order stuff all the time, and I forget what the heck it is I ordered. So we're going to find out. Well, I guess I ordered pillows. Well, I am shocked. I'm thoroughly shocked. Yep. I am shocked. In a progressive way, I am quite shocked. There we go. Progressive 412 shocks for the next bike. 155 pound springs. And it's got the proper color and everything. So that was a shocking unwrap there. Yes, it was. And then I got two of them. You know, you think one is enough, but I get two. All right. I don't know what to do with this silly posturepedic pillows, but we'll figure something out. Well, it's already Tuesday. I did a video yesterday, but it didn't work out, so I pitched it. Anyway, things are moving along. It's a challenge. I had committed to this victory over a year ago. You know, so I have to do it. It's not going. It's not going any different than I had actually anticipated. I knew it would be a tough build because I've done a couple of them already, and you have to be very particular and make sure you get everything right. You know, so you do want to be careful and take your time and make sure everything fits correctly, and that there's not going to be problems in the future. So, you know, that's part of it. And it's a new design. I don't do enough of them to really make all the templates, although I have the template for the side pieces now, which will reduce the time by at least half as far as putting the side covers on. Even though I may not do another one of these, you know, who knows? You never say never. But anyway, been getting some feedback from different people. One of them is kind of funny. I had talked to a fellow a couple times in the past who owns one of the major trike companies. I'm not going to mention his name or the company, but nice guy. Nice guy. I mean, we had a nice talk. He was very sociable, and you know, we were talking about maybe doing some business, and like mainly him buying my company, which he was not really interested in at the time. He said no, there was a lot of stuff going on with their company, and he wasn't at a point where he really wanted to invest. And you know, so we left it at that. I figured, you know, that's fine. It was an honest answer. Well, here I find out through the grapevine that anytime anybody mentions my setup, he tells them, oh, what a rotten design, and oh, and this and that, and I talked to the guy, and yeah, it's terrible, and you know, that's salesmanship. I take it like he probably didn't mean it. He's trying to do a sale, and the way you do sales is you hack the crap out of the other company, which makes you look better. You know, it's the old, well, you see it in politics and everything else, you know. You don't tell people what you're going to do, you tell them what the other guy's not doing. Or you make up stuff or whatever. So I thought that was kind of funny. One of my customers actually, he got together with a bunch of guys, spider riders, I guess. And they were actually, either that or they were from a shop where they work on spiders. They sell them and they, you know, maintain them and do warranty work, that kind of stuff. And they liked my design when they looked at the bike I built for this guy. They liked it because they said everything's so accessible, which it is. I mean, I really make it, even though I make them maintenance free, I try to make them so that if there is an issue, you don't have to tear the thing apart to fix it. As far as oil changes, you know, it doesn't affect the oil changes at all. I don't cover up any parts that would interfere with that. And you know, as far as adjusting, you know, toe in and that kind of stuff, you can get out all the lock nuts very easily. You know, the spiders are hard to work on. I'll admit that. You know, I don't say much about them in a negative manner, but you know, they're like, you know, what vehicle that can you buy now that isn't hard to work on? You know, you look at a car, you open the hood, and you can't find the engine. There's so much crap on top of the motor, you can't find it. You take all these plastic covers off, and that gets you halfway there, and then you go underneath to change oil. You take half the bottom of the car off to get to the oil. I remember changing oil on my brother-in-law's F-150, and I had to crawl under it, pull this gigantic doohickey off of there, and then it didn't even have a screw-in oil plug. It just had a little plastic thing that you kind of whittle out of there, and oil leaks out. I thought it was really a stupid design, but I know if it was mine, I would have took that plastic cover that was under there, and that would have ended up somewhere on County Road 75 in the ditch or something. Yeah, what a crazy setup. But you know, that's just the way things are. Things are getting more and more complex, and they're jamming more pollution stuff and all this. Yeah, they're more and more pushing cars toward unaffordability and maintenance headaches. I don't know, it's just a deal. I don't know how I veered off on that hole. We were talking about tie rods, and next thing you know, I'm talking about F-150s. Oof, must be, I'm overworked, that's what it is. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting. So I had a kind of a negative deal and then a real positive thing. So they all worked out. And today I got a special project. You know, I'm just a multi-talented guy. Let me show you this. So this guy brings me his fork and he says, what do you think? He broke this middle tine off. He had hooked it on a tree root and bent it way down, so then he bent it back and it snapped off. And he said, do you think it'd be cheaper to buy a new one or have you fix it? And I said, well, let me see. If you buy a new one, you have to spend money, and if I fix it, I'll do it for free. So it's your choice. So what I did is I welded it, and then I welded over the weld, so I reinforced the joint. And then all three of these were bent. So I heated them all up, straightened them all out, and then I quenched them to reharden them. And we'll see how that works out. I told him, well, if it breaks, then you go to plan B, which was buy a different one. But I think he'll be okay if he just stays away from, you know, trying to pull rocks and barn foundations out of the ground. I think he'll be okay. So, you know, just another, I veered off into my expertise is in fork fixing all of a sudden, I guess. So we'll put that guy aside. It's 51 degrees out right now. I'm thinking it's 20 after 4. Work for another 20 minutes to 40 minutes. Pull the plug. I think I'm gonna go home and get on my electric bicycle and go ride around the golf carts. I haven't had the bicycle out this year, and I might as well. It's warm enough. You know, it's just, I don't know what's going to happen. I've been watching the stuff in California. You know them poor people. They get everything. They get major snowstorms, so they're buried. Then they get forest fires that burn everything. And now they got floods. They got houses floating down the streets. You know, it's just one thing after another. I guess, you know, that's the price you pay for living on a coastal city. And, you know, if you think about it, the most beautiful places on earth, or at least that I have seen, are actually the most dangerous places to live. You know, you're either going to have forest fires. You know, if you live in a beautiful forest, well, you could have a forest fire and get french fried. If you live next to the ocean, you could get tsunami to death. You know, it's Midwest here, we have really some awful nice scenery, you know, down by the river, you know, between Minnesota and Wisconsin. It's beautiful down there, but we're in Tornado Alley, you know, so you got that going your way, which is nice. And I don't know, I guess what you got to do if you really want to be safe is pick the most god-awful, ugly place there is on earth, and you'll be fine. I guess I'll take my chances. I'm going to drink my coffee now that it's kind of simmered down a little bit. And, you know, I mentioned something here. I go over to Quick Trip, and I'm standing in line, and there's 7 people behind the counter, and I don't know what they're doing, if they're training or what was going on, but there's 7 people there. One is waiting on people, so I'm waiting, and I'm thinking, well, this is kind of cool. So I get up to, you know, to the counter, and I look at the gal, and I said, so you guys, like, you got training for working for the city or the county or something, or Target? And she just gave me that deer in the headlight kind of look, and I thought, oh, she didn't understand the thing I said. So I paid for my coffee and skididdle. I just thought it was a funny thing to say. Evidently, I'm not that funny. See you later.